Independent National Electoral Commission INEC bars APC Zamfara from fielding candidates in 2019. Moving outside Nigeria, Kenya bus crash kills 50. And in sports, Enugu Rangers confident target final place at this year's IPO Cup. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Ojadi. In our first story, the Electoral Act 2010 Amendment Bill, which seeks to strengthen the country's electoral process, has killed second reading in the Senate. This is the fourth attempt by the lawmakers to amend the bill, which has serially been rejected by the President on the grounds of inconsistency with the Constitution. Senator Suleiman Nazif, Chairman, Senate Committee on INEC, who presented the committee's report during Wednesday's plenary, said the current amendment will address all controversies raised by President Muhammadu Buhari, which led to his withholding assent thrice. He explained that the Joint Committee came up with additional amendments that will adequately address sequence of elections and make provision for card readers, as well as empower the National Assembly to legislate for local government councils.
Section 91(2), 5 billion naira for presidential elections. Section 91(3), 1 billion naira for governorship. Section 91(4), 100 million for senatorial election. Section 91(4), 70 million for House of Representatives election. Section 91(5), 30 million for State House of Assembly. Section 91(6), 30 million for Chairmanship Area Council.
However, some lawmakers still raise objections to some of the provisions in the proposed amended bill, saying they cannot be implemented.
Section 145. Let me just read. If at the point of display or distribution of ballot papers by the Commission, a candidate or its agent discovers that his name, the name or logo of his party is omitted, a candidate or its agent shall notify the Commission, and the Commission shall A, postpone the election to rectify the omission, and B, appoint another date to conduct the election in less than 90 days. I think this is very, very dangerous. Because what will happen is that somebody who believes he will lose the election will raise an objection without even consulting the other candidates. He writes to INEC, and the INEC can believe him and then postpone the election.
And going back to the election expenses, Mr. President, like they said, presidential election, 5 billion naira. Now, how many polling booths do we have in Nigeria? And if you take the number of the polling booths and just take the number of agents that you are going to deploy, and take maybe a minimum of 10,000 or 15,000 naira per agent, on agents alone, you will be coming to maybe something close to this 5 billion naira.
Senate needs to take a very critical look at election expenses. Very critical look at election expenses. I think a major problem of this democracy now is the amount of money that is being spent. And so here we have about, for senatorial, that is for our purpose, we are talking about 100 million to be spent. Who will enforce this? The whole thing is very loose there. Over there, nobody takes account of anything, and the society is there to milk everybody dry.
The thing is that with this provision, you can win an election. Somebody will allege that you exceeded the limit and you start defending yourself not to go to jail instead of going to do your work. So in the final analysis, I suggest that this section should be expunged completely, because I don't see the effect it will have. Even a presidential election, 5 billion naira, I don't know whether it's cost of billboard or vehicles. So it doesn't make sense at all. And if we put it in our law, we are just putting it for the sake of putting it there. I know that the intention is to limit the monetization of a democratic process.
Ruling on the matter, Senate President Bukola Saraki directed the Committee on INEC to rework the proposed amendment bill and report back next week, Tuesday, for further legislative action. In the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has stopped the ruling All Progressives Congress APC from fielding candidates for elective positions in Zamfara State in the 2019 elections. Okechukwu Ndeche, the Commission's acting secretary, conveyed this in a letter to Adams Oshomole, the national chairman of the APC. Ndeche explained that the Commission barred the party from fielding candidates for governorship, National Assembly, and State Assembly elections because of the failure to comply with Sections 87 and 31 of the Electoral Act. According to the Act, parties were expected to comply with the timetable and schedule of INEC by concluding primary elections between August 18th and October 7, 2018. INEC said it received reports from the Zamfara office indicating that no primaries were conducted in the state, notwithstanding that officials were fully mobilized and deployed. Zamfara problem began when some stakeholders in the party frustrated the conduct of the primary elections as a move to resolve the crisis. The National Working Committee of the party has dissolved the Zamfara APC Executive Committee led by Lawali Liman. Moving on. The authorities of the Nigerian Police Force Imo State Command has reiterated their readiness to ensure that law and order is maintained throughout the ongoing electioneering period. The spokesperson of the command, Superintendent Orlando Ikoku, made this known in an exclusive interview with Galaxy Television at the police headquarters in Owerri, the Imo State capital. According to Ikoku, the command, under the leadership of Commissioner of Police Dansuki Galadanchi, is ever ready to discharge its duties effectively without compromise.
Generally, the job of the police is part of it is protection of life and property, and we do that every day. So it's not going to be an exception within this period. So we are just going to do the same thing, or just that we are only going to step up our game because of the incidences that comes up with electioneering.
Speaking further, Orlando tasked politicians to play by the rules and desist from using thugs to cause trouble, as the command will not hesitate to go after whoever flouts the law.
We are here to protect them. We are here to protect their properties, but not when any of them is found wanting. We will arrest the person and make sure the person is brought to book. So we are sounding a warning to them to play by the rules.
And also, officers attached to the anti-kidnapping squad of the Oyo State Police Command have arrested 5 suspects in connection with kidnapping and murder. The suspects were paraded by the Commissioner of Police in the state, Abiodun Odude, along with others arrested in connection with armed robbery, stealing, malicious damage, cultism, murder, amongst others. They were said to have conspired and kidnapped one Sunday Adeniyi in his farm along the Jebode. According to the police, the suspects, after collecting ransom from the family of the victim, killed him after the deceased recognized one of his abductors.
Kidnapping squad of the command. The suspects, after collecting ransom, killed the victim because he could identify one of them. Following the report made at Idia Police Division, the anti-kidnapping squad was mandated to arrest the suspects and rescue the victim, who before then had been killed.
Also, 9 suspects who were involved in the August 28 coal clash around Akwete area of Ibadan, during which one Ahmed Olaleko, a graduate of the Polytechnic Ibadan, was killed, were also paraded by the Commissioner of Police. Odude disclosed that the suspects, after a series of interrogation, confessed to the crime and identified themselves as members of the IA confraternity.
Recently, some agents of Lucifer, masquerading as cultists, caused unrest in the Polytechnic in Ibadan and its neighboring communities. The nefarious activities of these students took a worrisome dimension when they mowed down an ex-student, Olatunji Hamid, otherwise known as Maku, in cold blood around Akwete area of the state on the 27th of September.
Some of the suspects, while speaking with journalists, confessed to the crimes and blamed the devil for their actions. In all, 24 suspects were paraded, 10 suspects for cultism, 4 for stealing, 5 for kidnapping and murder, 2 for armed robbery, 1 for impersonation.
Actually, the name of our group is New Black Movement of Africa.
You are not saying anything.
New Black Movement of Africa. Because actually there is an issue going on, but we will resolve it. There is an issue between the forum, the bird, and the IE, and we resolve the matter, so I don't know what comes after them. That's all. I'm not the one that killed Marco. I don't know who killed Marco. Actually, there is an issue between the accused person named Sunday Akbata. They have been having an issue between the both of them. Personally, they have personal behaving for themselves.
Because one day, one of my friends is Corporal Sunday, so he drink that day, and the day he never will drive again, and I call his friend, mechanic, to come up and carry the car. So that very day, I carry in handcuff and Koboko. That very day. So since then, I take the handcuff to collect some money to my account.
Still ahead, federal government promises to tackle food insecurity. Details of this and other stories when Galaxy News returns. Do stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Galaxy News. For more updates and latest news, visit our website at galaxytvonline.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GalaxyTV or tweet at us at GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at official GalaxyTV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. The federal government has pledged to tackle food insecurity in the country through modern holistic agricultural programs and policies by engaging the young and old so as to create a better agricultural future. The Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Audu Ogbe, represented by his Director of Planning and Policy Coordination, Nasir Adamu, disclosed this at the Work and Sensitization segment of the celebration of the 2018 World Food Day in Abuja with the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future. Speaking in Abuja, Nasir Adamu said, in as much as the celebration marks 40 years of the project in Nigeria, he's optimistic that the action will pave way for younger generations.
Let me seize this opportunity to inform you that the policy regime of this administration in the agricultural sector is founded on a number of guided principles.